Most of the remaining provisions of the Economic Security Act of 1935 are still familiar to us, and most of them are based on the idea that benefits should accrue to people who engage in wage work. Few unemployed men who lost their jobs in the early Depression years had unemployment insurance, which was then provided only by the rare employer. A state-based and nationally regulated unemployment insurance program would make sure that workers who were laid off could feed their families. Additionally, it promised to maintain a stable workforce which would be ready to work again when economic conditions improved. Subsidies were to be decided on a state-by-state basis by state officials in conjunction with the employers who were taxed to pay for the program. These provisions echoed expectations of women in the labor force and reproduced their disadvantages. Consider unemployment insurance, for example. Employers tended not to hire women for skilled jobs, and women were rarely thought of as responsible for the welfare of families. Unemployment insurance therefore excluded many sectors of the labor force, including domestic service, nonprofit work, and agricultural workers, male and female. It also excluded people who were thought not to be available for work. That applied to any woman with children who could be unilaterally defined as unavailable. Old age pensions, Social Security, initially covered the largely male workers in the core industrial workforce. It excluded more than 50% of the wage labor force and about 95% of female African American workers. Like unemployment insurance, it was simply not intended for women. In addition to agricultural, domestic, and nonprofit workers, it excluded the retail trades as well as most municipal government jobs, and many people working in the health industry as well. The result was that most women could not pay into the Social Security system and therefore couldn't get benefits from it, except after 1939 through their husbands' accounts, a decided benefit for married women. After 1939, an amendment to the Economic Security Act provided that the contributions made by male workers would cover surviving children and their mothers, as well as the widows of the covered male. Many widows and orphans who would otherwise have been dependent on the Aid to Dependent Children program moved into the more generous Social Security program, stigmatizing those who remained behind because they did not have and had not had covered husbands to support them. The 1930s programs meant to ensure economic security for all were from the beginning constructed along gendered and racial lines. Like the labor policies and preferences, these programs protected and defended those who played socially approved roles.